It is a beautiful night to play the beautiful game here in Rio Grande Valley as the Toros play host to the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. I'm Bruce Silverman along with Andrew Tate, and hopefully this is not going to be a wrestling match. May very well be a physical affair. We'll have to wait and see, Andrew.
Yeah, the fans certainly get entertainment here, and hopefully that continues throughout the night.
Always entertaining when the Toros are playing at home, but they will be playing without the services of two players that have really been instrumental in their season so far. And we start with Malik Foster.
Yeah, Malik Foster, a player that reminds me a lot of Raheem Sterling as an England fan. A lot of pace, a lot of trickery, but also has an eye for the goal as well, as you can see here.
And he has scored some goals for the Toros. Another player that won't be with them is Michael Salazar, as he has been called up by the big club.
Yeah, and I think thoroughly deserved. He's certainly been their most potent weapon in attack. Holds the ball up well, but also real great composure in front of the net.
Colorado Springs started the season a little different than the way that they have been in form in the last couple of games.
Yeah, massively rejuvenated now. I think they've really settled in, got a consistent lineup, and obviously coming off the back of a couple of good results.
So for this match, it should be very, very interesting. Colorado coming in really in great form. RGV, losers of their last two. Will something break for them here at home where they have been very, very effective? We're going to find out when we come up next. It is the Switchbacks and the Toros live from HEB Park in Rio Grande Valley. Do not go away.
The more we are together with nature, the more we are together, the better we'll be. There's forests and rivers, mountains and valleys. The more we are together, the better we'll be.
For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank has grown along with our customers. Together, we have helped transform South Texas, raised families, and planted roots to create opportunities that benefit not the few, but the many, to plan and build for a better tomorrow, to imagine what is possible. That is how you build strong communities and the strong bank, one generation at a time. For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's Bank.
Welcome to your hometown Whataburger. Customization is what we've always done. We have mustard, mayo, ketchup. It's all up to you.
When you customize your own burger, you can put your personality in it.
Manny's ketchup, no cheese. This is my Whataburger.
We customize orders 24 hours a day.
Everybody wants it just like they like it. When you can make it your own, that always enhances that experience for you.
They're just happy to do whatever makes you happy.
However you want it, I got you. Here at Whataburger, we make it just like you like it, whenever you like it.
Hola Bruce, bienvenido a Taquería Manu.
¿Taquería Manu?
Mi nueva pasión ahora que estoy retirado. Desde que probé las carnes marinadas, mi tienda para tacos son fáciles y rapidísimos de hacer.
A ver, dale.
Mira esto. Elige el sabor que quieras.
¡Híjole! ¡Qué rico!
Provecho, Bruce.
Gracias, hermano.
Carnes Marinadas, mi tienda de HEB, celebrando nuestra cultura, costumbres y pasión.
So for this match, it should be very, very interesting. Colorado coming in really in great form. RGV, losers of their last two. Will something break for them here at home where they have been very, very effective? We're going to find out when we come up next. It is. All right, welcome back to HEB. I'm Bruce Silverman along with Andrew Tate. And Andrew, as the procession comes in, opportunity for us to take a look at the lineups. We start with RGV, Cordy back in the pipes.
Yeah, good nod for him here, and a great opportunity for him to show what he can do.
So the Belgium native who played his college ball at Stanford will have Coronado, Castellanos, Donovan, and Samuels in front of him. And the front line of Enriquez, Small, Monroy, Martinez, Hernandez, and Herrera in the middle. For the visitors this evening, We take a look at them. Rawls will be in the pipes. Andre Rawls, who was on loan a year ago and played in Fresno, now with Colorado as a part of the re-entry draft selected by the Rapids. Seth and Burt up top, and we saw that great goal that Burt had in this new run of form that Colorado has.
Yeah, they're off the back of a good couple of results here, and they're looking to continue that into today's game and hopefully get another clean sheet.
Moments away from getting underway, Dejan Suzak has the Barbasol as you see him right there going to his pocket. I don't know if he wants to put Donovan, the captain, in his pocket already, but hey, after the open and taking a look at the wrestling that was going on just to the side of the pitch tonight, never sure what Dejan Suzak's night is going to hold for him.
No, you never know, and hopefully it'll be a quiet night where we're not talking about the referee at the end and the soccer's going to do the talking.
That's the way you always want it to be. So the gentleman in orange this evening with the white shorts will hail from RGV, and the white kits will come from Colorado Springs. And when you look at this match, two teams opposite form right now. But for that gentleman right there, Mr. Echeverry, he likes the way his team plays at home.
Yeah, certainly. And I think he's seen some positives on the road. Just unfortunately, it's come a little bit too late in the second half. So he's talked about, you know, trying to get a clean sheet today and start positively.
That's what he told us earlier in the week. He wanted not only the win, but he wanted the clean sheet for Nico Corti. That would be really important. Corti, only one win on the season against 2 losses and a draw when he is starting as the goalkeeper. But Coach looking very dapper with the jacket this evening. Usually he's just in the long sleeve button down, but you see his 11 tonight.
Yeah, and it's an exciting lineup. I've enjoyed, you know, watching RGV in recent weeks. They're always entertaining. I'll be interested to see if they can combine that entertainment with some defensive solidity.
And for Steve Tritcho, impressive performance in the last 2 out, 2 clean sheets, 2 wins. What do they need to do to keep it going on the road today, where the weather is much different than it is at home?
Yeah, that's going to be the question. I think for me, it's a battle of the defensive solidity and the consistency that Colorado brings against the unpredictability and the attacking weapons that RGV has. So it's going to be an interesting matchup for sure.
For RGV, we talked about it at the Open, without Foster, without Salazar, and those guys, a lot of goals between them. Not only a lot of goals, but they're playmakers.
Yeah, they certainly make things happen for themselves and for others. And that's going to be the question today, is what can the front 4 of RGV do against the consistent back 4 that the Colorado Springs has. You know, that back 4 and the goalkeeper have been intact now for a number of weeks off the back of 2 clean sheets. RGV doesn't have a problem scoring goals, but we'll see today which one's going to come out on top.
They certainly play much better at home than they do on the road. Carlos Small will get us started. So dig, if you will, a picture of the Toros going from left to right on your screen. And we are underway. And that ball will just slowly roll all the way to Andre Rawls before everything starts up. Bruce Silverman along with Andrew Tate. And already Colorado trying to go long distance.
Yeah, they're certainly not a possession-based team the way that RGV will try to play the game. They'll be very functional. They won't take too many risks, especially on the road here, and they'll just look to build from that defensive platform that they bring every week.
Weak pass going back makes Robert Coronado send it out of play. Opportunity for the throw right here. And that plays out. It will stay with Colorado. And Shane Malcolm out of Lauderhill, Florida, gets the throw. And they'll work it all the way back and reset their offense.
And one of the things I think that the coach Echeverry talked about to us in midweek was about really starting positively. So he's going to really want to get his attacking players on the ball and kind of dictate the tempo here, not let Colorado establish themselves in the game.
Right now, they really haven't had any possession at all. It's been nearly all Colorado from the opening whistle, where they just sent it forward very weakly to Andre Rawls.
Yeah.
Does that surprise you when a team starts out with the ball at their feet and then they immediately give it up?
Yeah, especially it's certainly not in RGV's nature. You know, they're very possession-based. They like to build and play through the midfield with the talented players they've got. And I'm sure they'll look to establish that shortly here.
Nearly 2 minutes into this game, and the possession has belonged to the visitors.
And the player on the ball there, Malcolm, he's had a long trip this week, traveling back from Guam and World Cup qualifying duty, almost 8,000 miles. So I'm surprised to see him in the lineup today, and we'll see if he springs some surprises in his play.
Well, in fairness, he's 5'9", so even if the leg room wasn't all that great on the plane, he did have plenty of room. Ball pinballing around the middle. Toros unable to settle it down, and that errant pass gives them an opportunity to start things up over the top. Nobody home as that ball was right into the awaiting feet of Chris Reeves. Uncharacteristic start for RGV.
And I would expect RGV to really dominate the midfield here. Their midfield three of Martinez, Hernandez, and Cabrera, very tight in possession. I'd expect them to really dominate possession against Argueta and Schweitzer.
Malcolm was calling for it. It goes the other way. Colorado trying to center it in. Knocked away by Samuels. Malcolm will pick up the ball right there. He won't be the man to throw it in. Chiaro will come up and take the honors. Good throw with the sprinting forward coming in. And all RGV can do is clear out the garbage, and Reeves will track it down.
Yeah, and I think this is where you're seeing RGV kind of going away from what I've talked about, their possession game early on here. And that maybe comes back to wanting to get the clean sheet, wanting to be solid, making sure they start positively, and rather than getting off to a bad start and find themselves behind, which they've done in recent weeks.
Another ball sent long distance forward, knocked away momentarily by RGV. Lucky enough that Burt wasn't able to jump on it. But a lot of pressure anytime that RGV is on the ball, so you know that Tritchu told his team, go after RGV and don't allow them to possess the ball.
Absolutely. He talked about this week, he wasn't looking to work on the attacking side of things. He's quite happy with them in recent weeks. He talked about let's build on what we've been doing well, the defensive shape, and I'm sure that's what they've been working on all week.
Cabrera sending it out wide. First time into the box for RGV. Knocked away. And a cynical foul right there early on against Bird. Martinez is down and slow to get up.
Yeah, and I think that's a high foot stud showing there. Those ones certainly hurt.
So 5 minutes in, we get our first set piece on the evening. And we take another look from ground level.
Yeah, that's certainly going to leave a mark, and I think that's part of the Switchbacks game plan. I think is really get amongst the RGV as they've shown early on here, and make sure they don't establish themselves in the game and get to play it the way they want to play.
So Dejan Suzak will put down the Barbasol, mark off the 10 yards. We'll see. Currently the wall is 3 wide as Andre Rawls will mark his instructions.
It looks like everyone back for Colorado here. Very narrow attacking setup here, so I wonder what's going to happen here, Bruce.
Going right at it, punched away by Rawls. Seemed that was the way it was going to set up.
Right.
That it was the perfect distance and the perfect position to go right at it. Went far post. Rawls sets up the first corner of the evening.
Yeah, and it's a great strike. It's a good height for the keeper, but obviously you can see it's a breezy day in Edinburgh here, and the keeper does well just to make sure that he doesn't give up an early goal.
RGV goes short. Coronado playing catch on the outside. Forced to go back to Coronado. He sends it into the box, headed away. But RGV able to get it right back. They'll reset things, but in the final third.
Yeah, and this is what RGV is really going to look to do. They're going to look to stretch the field here, make it as big as possible, and really create those gaps between the Switchbacks back line and midfield.
Cabrera sent the ball probably a little too far behind. couldn't get settled down by Enriquez. He had to chase it a little bit, then wasn't patient, put the shot over the bar.
Yeah, Enriquez is a good player. I expect better from him in that situation, regardless of the service he gets there. Maybe a little bit more patience. That lack of confidence maybe from RGV in recent weeks, just not getting the results that maybe they should be picking up.
Enriquez used to having Malik Foster up there with him and having Carlos Small, who is usually the substitute, and then Monroy coming in as well, the Colombian. So a different front three for Echeverry and company.
Yeah, and I think that's certainly, you know, they pride themselves on giving youth an opportunity at RGV, and I'm excited to see what you know. Small scored 2 goals in the last game, come off the bench. I think he deserves to start. Sadly, it's without Salazar though.
That ball will be last touched by Carlos Small, who is not really that small. Oh no, it will be a corner. So at 6 foot and 187. The Panamanian is one of the bigger players on this.
He's falsely labeled, Bruce. Falsely labeled. You know, that's one of the surprises, I think, of RGV right there. We'll see if he can get his head on the end of this one.
It's opposite day here in RGV land.
That's a great delivery. Somebody's got to be attacking that near post there. You know, Small can get on the end of that with a little flick on, then that will cause some problems for Colorado. But good ball in.
Yarrow was able to put his head on it. Opportunity now to get it into the 18, but that is knocked away as Monroy with his first touches. Gets it right back, and he's got some running room to center, and that's what he's going to want back.
And I think that's why you can see in the pictures a few moments ago, Coach Echeverry looking a little frustrated with his sides open in 8 minutes or so here. Just a little bit rushed, a little bit panicked, as opposed to that composure that maybe the Fosters and the Salazar of the world have had in those situations.
And also RGV, which really was chasing the game for the good 5 minutes that started until they were able to get that set piece. Now just showing impatience when they get deep in the final third, that they're not getting quality shots off.
Yeah, and I think that's it. You can see for Colorado, this is exactly the game plan. You know, they've got numbers behind the ball. There's no spaces for RGV to break lines and get turned and get out defenders 1v1. As you see right now, there's numbers everywhere. And RGV's got to be patient, move the ball, and see if they can create those gaps and those opportunities here for their attacking weapons that they certainly do have on the field.
Another example right there is the pass was to the right of Cabrera. Cabrera is a guy they need to get a lot more involved in this game. He likes to distribute the ball, and he's got very active feet.
Absolutely. He's a youthful player, but he shows a lot of experience and a lot of savvy for someone so young.
18 years old, out of Bogota, Colombia. Here comes the visitors, headed away by Castellanos. Headed it twice, as a matter of fact.
Once again, the long ball that you've talked about, Bruce. I mean, sometimes you play with a big man and you tend to just resort to that. A great play from Small to pick that one up.
Absolutely. Nice back heel. Trying to bring it into the box. He does. Back out for Monroy. Flipping it in just outside. Getting it back. Small was trying to volley it home, but it's knocked away.
Yeah, unbelievable chance there for RGV. It just seemed a little very nonchalant there, from being panicked and impatient to being almost too casual there in front of goal.
The buildup has been there, but the quality of passes, they haven't been right on point. They're leading just a little bit, which is throwing off the timing by the time you can get to the shot.
Yeah, and I think that comes back to some of the inconsistencies with the lineup recently, which is very difficult. The affiliate of the Dynamo players are coming in and out. They've lost Salazar, but Foster's gone to the Gold Cup. You know, and players are coming in and out of their lineup. And that's hard to build those relationships, those patterns, those understandings. And this was fantastic from Small. He made something of nothing. We were talking about what a bad ball it was, and he turned it into something. And the man you were just talking about, Cabrera, getting on the ball there, and it led to a great opportunity for Small.
Set piece coming up as Malcolm is taken down. What was impressive on that play a moment ago by Small is he overran the ball, pulled up the brakes, went back, picked it up, back heeled it to Cabrera to make something happen. now you've got an opportunity on the other end.
Yeah, and this is exactly where RGV do not want to be. Set pieces for this team. And you'll see the big man, Joe. He's been in the team of the week the last 2 weeks. He's got a great left foot. And this one could be problematic for RGV.
So Malcolm's there, Jones there.
I fancy Joan for this. Malcolm, I think he's just there as the decoy. He's there to disguise something, but I think the way this looks, it's going to be a Joan free kick.
Arquette was there, but he might have just been checking in on what the dinner plans were. He's backed away. You see the big wall about 2 yards inside of the 18. So Malcolm and Joan. Joan into the wall, out of play, and they'll go to the corner here in the 13th minute.
And strangely enough, Bruce, this might actually be a better situation for them. There was a very central free kick, and tough to kind of get that one over the wall, especially some of the big boys that the Toros have in there. But Jones' left foot, in swinger, breezy day. This is where we'll really see if that defensive solidity is there for the Toros today.
In swinger coming up. Cabrera will be over there just to keep him company, but he drives it, headed out by Small, and then punched right through, but wide. A great look for the Switchbacks, but well off target. Arquette might have a nightmare on the plane home.
A great delivery from Joe. That's that fantastic left foot that's been serving the Switchbacks so well in recent weeks. And obviously a great half chance there for Arquette. Unfortunately, just couldn't guide it on frame.
Arquette is a long time Switchback. Did play a year ago in Fresno, but back in Colorado Springs. Now Corti will kick it away. Right foot that just kind of drifts up in the air, just gets past the midway stripe. And the ball pinballing around.
Just not a lot of options right now for RGV on the ball. I've got to give credit to the Switchbacks. They're pressing, they're hunting impacts. And you can just see that every time an RGV player in orange picks the ball up, there's just not a lot of options on. And that's why they're resorting to the long ball and turning it over very quickly.
Coronado having the heavy touch there, so the turnover brings it over for Colorado Springs. It actually looks like RGV has been more organized in the final third than they are in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, that's it. And obviously, maybe that's the lack of understanding between those attacking players, how to drop in and get turned, and that comes with the consistency of playing together. But strange enough, Colorado looks more like the possession-based team. They're just not able to really get something going for them.
So 15 minutes into this game, and both teams feeling out the other one. We're scoreless. Opportunities have come, and the best one was really a set piece from about 30 out that Andre Rawls did an amazing job of punching away. Now Colorado trying to find the space to just clear out any danger.
Yeah, and I see that left side, Bruce, for RGV, the right side for Colorado, is a real sort of battle today. You know, you've got Coronado and Enriquez for the Toros against Malcolm coming off that long trip, and Yarrow. That's a really good 1v1 matchup, 2v2, that I think could be a big determining factor in where this game goes today.
The captain will go back to his keeper. Corti putting it over the head of Enriquez. Colorado has to go backwards as Malcolm had to chase that pass.
And patiently, you'd see RGV. I'm not sure this is really like them. They're sitting off. You know, now they're starting to press, but there's a lot of waiting to see what Colorado does. Colorado's not a possession-based team, so this might be part of the plan from Coach Etcheverry. Let's let them have the ball. Let's let them come on to us, and then we're going to counter with the pace and the inventive players that we have.
Kind of reverse psychology to allow a team that is not possession-based and challenge them to be possession-based.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just not in their nature. So it's kind of like, well, what am I doing right now? This is not the way the game usually goes. So you start to kind of get a little bit away from what your nature is and what your game plan is. So that you can see that ball, the early ball forward from RGV.
Well, and another thing, another way to look at it is Colorado Springs used to the altitude, not used to the heat. They come here to Rio Grande Valley. The more time they spend on the ball on this side of the pitch means the more energy that they're exerting. and to try to wear them down as the game goes on, hoping that you're going to have the fresh legs when you get to the second half.
Yeah, and it might be more of a calculated game plan from RGV to be a bit more patient. Maybe win this game 1-0 as opposed to the 5-3 of the last game. You know, trying to be a little bit too expansive. Whereas maybe today it's like let's get the job done. Let's win it 1-0 in the last minute off a scruffy free kick or a corner.
One-touch passing all over the place before Colorado Springs jumps on the ball.
Needless foul there. You've got them in a tight spot. You could have won the ball back there, and you can just see there that Romilio there just giving up a good opportunity there for them to try and win the ball back in a good area.
Hernandez just stepping in, probably needlessly. So the former member of Phoenix Rising with the unforced error gives Rawls an opportunity to strong foot this one down the pitch. Samuels feeling the pressure. Late whistle as Jordan Burton sent him to the ground. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world since 1947. Select has been the leader in soccer ball technology, innovation, and quality. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Once again, Colorado Springs on the ball.
Yeah, just not a lot happening for either team at the moment, Bruce. It's been a pretty non-eventful opening 18 minutes or so here. It's just each team sort of kind of trading blows a little bit, seeing what's going to happen, and hopefully we're going to get a little bit more quality in the final third here.
Switchbacks moving it around. Ball at the feet of Malcolm right now, and see that ball pinball around, going out of play as Coronado was able to step in front of that centering pass. One of the things that is very different about RGV in this game than when Salazar is in this game is there's no overlapping runs down the sides, whipping it into the middle. Right now, RGV, as they try to move the ball down the pitch, has been more direct, and really Carlos Small is the man that they're targeting. Enriquez and Monroy simply not the same type of grouping that RGV is used to.
Oh, here we go, turnover. Seth holding him up there. I think he could have maybe turned and tried to go out the back four a little bit. He's let the RGV get numbers back.
Malcolm almost tripping on the ball. Argueta, nice slide tackle to knock it away by Hernandez. Argueta feeling pressure from Cabrera. Centering it in, and what a save by Corti.
Yeah, great save, and I was looking at that, was going to be a good ball, and it turned out to be a great ball to the back post. And
Seth will try to chase this one down, unable to do it. Colorado, Small came over to pick it up, but fouled, and danger over for the Toros, but what a buildup.
Yeah, great ball from Yarrow to the back stick. And there you can see Jordan Burt, who's been really hot in front of goal recently for the Switchbacks, with a great effort. And, you know, Corey does well to push it away, and thankfully there's an RGV player on hand to finish the clearance.
Great hops by Jordan Burt to just even put his head on it. Defender didn't even leave his feet.
And I didn't see him coming. I don't know where he came from.
He was at Whataburger.
Why not?
RGV trying to make something happen. Intended target was Cabrera. It will stay with the Toros. Quickly into Enriquez.
Yeah, they've got to be patient here. There's only Small in the box. They've got to be patient, like Cabrera, see him making little runs there between the lines. They need more of that from Cabrera, from Enriquez, from Monroy, to keep breaking lines and building the play. Here, this is a good opportunity.
Martinez send it out and through. Enriquez will try to jump on it, but Yarrow, solid defense to run him off the ball. Enriquez gets it right back, and that was a weak turnover.
Yeah, and Enriquez there, his first touch. I think that just summed up the opening 20 minutes there, to be honest. A little bit of promise shown, and then all of a sudden it breaks down.
Colorado taking what's been given. Robinson. Nice centering pass, but stolen away, pinballing out of play.
And the Heat just, I think, Bruce, you know, the Heat, I think, seems maybe to zap some of the energy and, you know, quality of the players here. There's a lot of good players on show. They've shown that in recent weeks, especially in front of goal. You know, both teams scoring 3 goals in the last game, and today we've got a very dull opening 20 minutes here in terms of action events.
Small with some running room. Nice forwarding pass for Enriquez.
Great opportunity here.
Picking it up inside the 18, trying to find that favorite foot. Unable to do so. Monroy at the elbow, knocked away off the body of Reeves.
Yeah, and I think Enriquez has just he's got to deliver that across the box earlier there. Instead of when he cuts back, you know, gives Colorado that chance to get some more numbers back in the box, clog up the gaps, and really take a breath. As you can see now, we're playing, you know, close to the halfway line. So be a little bit more direct, take a chance, get a corner, you know, work the keeper.
Toros, when they get into that final third, the passes just haven't been on a dime. As a result, timing a little bit of a factor. There's another example of that, as Monroy, who hasn't had a lot of playing time this season, just not as sharp as he needed to be on that exchange. Malcolm sending it forward. A little heavy touch by Seth. He'll send it back.
And once again, you see that low block. They're sitting off them, RGV. They're letting Colorado have the ball. Colorado not great at breaking lines and building from the back. Not certainly their strongest suit.
Burt sending it out wide for Chome. Off the body of Samuels. They'll head over to that corner on the left-hand side. 24th minute, scoreless.
But this is exactly the type of situation that Colorado have been working all week for. You know, they get Jome out wide now, they get the big boys in the box, and they'll cause a real problem here. I think every set piece today that RGV give up, they've really got to be focused and concentrate, otherwise that could be the difference in the game.
One switch back in the 6. Out swinger. Driving it.
Yeah, it's once again not a bad delivery. And you can see RGV, they're second to the ball in the box. And you saw a minute ago, Burt was there with the header, and that was another good opportunity there for Colorado. And, you know, if these keep continuing, then RGV could find themselves, you know, behind again and again.
The Stampede in full force tonight, trying to will their Toros to a victory. Talked about it earlier. Coach Echeverry wants the clean sheet for that man right there, Nico Corti. If he gets it, it would be his second win on the campaign.
Yeah, and they've only had one clean sheet all season, which I think is a big determining factor on where they are in the standings right now, because offensively they've scored goals, they've been entertaining, and they've created a lot of entertaining games as a result of their lack of solidity and consistency at the back.
The 31-year-old Mike Seth was running up on Nico Corti.
And he will do that all day. You saw that goal that they scored against Tacoma to break the deadlock. I mean, they'll take any goal they can get, Colorado. You know, when Jordan Burt closed down the keeper, and that got them off to a great start last week. So,
chipping it out wide. Enriquez put his head on it, riding up the body of Cabrera into the middle for Small, unable to wrangle it in. And that may very well be the story of the first 25 minutes, is just not being able to pass or handle the passes to be able to really turn and challenge Andre Walls.
Yeah, that's exactly where I want to see Wilmer Cabrera there, Junior. I want to see him in between the lines, getting on the ball, connecting with Carlos Smalls. That's exactly where we need to get him on the ball more often if RGV is going to have some success today.
Passing in the middle for the visitors.
Good movement there. Seth now finding himself out on the right wing with Malcolm coming inside, Schweitzer getting high.
Malcolm too weak on that pass. Foot race, and Jome will win that one.
Is that a late whistle there? Maybe a late foul? You're not going to win a foot race against Ishmael Jome, I'll tell you that.
The 24-year-old played for Minnesota United of NASL days, and also Nashville here in championship. 24-year-old out of Gambia. RGV with another trip to the final third. Hernandez. See if they can be a little bit more patient, a little bit more precise. Enriquez, and he has to chase this one back.
Yeah, and a little interchange of positions now. You see Enriquez is on the right, Monroy sort of drifted out to the left. Just trying to switch it up, give a different look, see if that maybe leads to some joy for the Toros.
Donovan. They'll get it back.
But sometimes with that interchanging of play and people coming off the flanks, it can lead to a narrowing of your attack, and then they have to resort to the long ball.
The long ball is going over the top, staying with the flag down. Monroy playing and flirting with the line. He'll move towards the 18. Martinez, and he just couldn't handle the pass, and he turns it over. RGV still on it, trying to settle it down is Coronado. Donovan, the captain.
And I don't know, Bruce, who's the happier team right now. You know, we've talked about RGV wanting the clean sheet, and that's exactly where they're sitting right now. They didn't want to go behind. They wanted a nice, solid performance and be better defensively and stop giving up silly goals. And they've done that. Unfortunately, some of the things that they've been doing well have sort of disappeared now with the creation of chances and so forth.
If you're trying to decide which team is happier right now, I think it's going to be Colorado Springs. Reason being is that man right there knows that he's creating chances, but that's where the breakdown comes in. They've been solid until they get to the final third. The opportunities go amiss because of miscues.
Yeah. And here we go, Cabrera. This is the boy we want on the ball, I think. Every time he touches the ball, something positive seems to happen.
Enriquez at the elbow. Sliding out, Monroy. Back to Enriquez. Didn't pull the trigger on the shot. Pulls it back, well defended.
And that's a player, Coronado's a player that I really think we need to get involved.
Cabrera was the intended target of that one. It just knocked away at the last minute. Drew that one up well, but great defending to knock it away.
Yeah, it's a difficult ball, teased in there right in the 6-yard box. Defender does everything right to get his foot on it, but almost unintentionally ends up in the back of the net. So he's breathing a big sigh of relief there.
Another reason why Colorado Springs is happy right now. Let's see if they're going to be happy after this corner here.
Yeah, and I was saying before, Coronado, the left back, not really getting forward. He's a player that I've been really impressed with in recent weeks. You know, they're keeping the fullbacks back, and that might be leading to the narrowness that we're seeing in attack.
Cabrera was trying to knock it past Rawls, just couldn't get a good swipe on it. Throw in quickly. Coronado sending it back. Centering in, headed away in a transition.
Here we go.
For Colorado Springs.
Slightly outnumbered there, Saeed Robinson, but the Jamaican, he likes to run with the ball.
Burt. Malcolm. Defended by Samuels. Burt. And that's an easy save for Corti. But a great transition led by Robinson, and we get another look, and it starts on the other side.
Yeah, Cabrera does well despite his frame and his youthfulness to be strong in the box there. Unfortunately, just ran away from him. But winning the header, and I don't expect that from RGV, winning the header on a Colorado defensive set piece.
Corti for his captain. So a good build-up results in really a half-hearted shot on goal for RGV. And then those long over-the-top balls, which really haven't worked out well for the Toros.
Great play from Margetta there. I love that, getting the ball on the half-turn, spinning, and looking to be positive in possession. He's a player that is very much a consistent performer for the Switchbacks, and someone that has a big role in their performance tonight.
Fans, follow RGV and the rest of USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL MLS UFC, and more. Join over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Dejan Susick will blow his whistle as Mark Hernandez was taken. And here is Martinez, but we'll wait for everything to start as the captain, Jordan Burt, having a laugh.
Colorado just showing their understanding there defensively. Robinson was sort of playing as the number 9 high up top there, and Seth was filling in on the left. And they understand each other. They've got a consistency in the way they play, and they work together all week as well. So that shows in how well they work defensively.
And here is Hernandez from distance, hits the bar.
And that's what we need, Bruce. I think it's going to take something like that to unlock the floodgates here today. Fantastic strike. I don't know if Rawls going to hand to it or if it was straight off the bar, but fantastic bit of play.
Hernandez goes into the book in the 33rd. Great shot by Hernandez.
And the keeper gets nowhere near that. He's flapping at that one, but it's a great first touch, and that's something that's been lacking. He just sets himself perfectly right out of his feet, and then he connects as clean as you like. And only the frame of the goal was there to save Colorado.
Just kept on rising on him.
Yeah, I mean,
no tip in that one at all.
It's one of those, it feels fantastic when it flies with your foot and you think it's going in, and obviously you probably wouldn't change anything about the strike and the way technically you hit it, but unfortunately just a fraction off.
Andre Rawls will send everyone forward.
And you can see RGV just starting to settle into the game a little bit now. A few more half chances, and Colorado struggling to get that possession that maybe they were having early on.
Argueta leading the charge. Robinson well defended. Back for Joam.
There we go. Joam's first little marauding run of the day. Something that we've seen a lot in recent weeks.
Burt sends it out wide. Everyone moving forward. Malcolm whipping it in.
And there you can see Coronado for RGV. I don't think he's really ventured into the attack in third, but you can see Joam, the arrow's on the far side. He's joining with Malcolm, and Joam's almost by the penalty spot there. And that's, you know, like I said, maybe they're inviting Colorado on to try and hit them a break here, but it's certainly a dangerous thing to do.
Numbers really getting forward for the Switchbacks. Joam will put this one down. And the 24-year-old checking the wind before this outswinger.
And filling the 6-yard box there. A lot of bodies in there. See what comes of this.
High in the air. Outside of the box, that opportunity. Colorado Springs still on it.
Oh, that's a problem.
Argueta.
Yeah, and here you go. Lots of room to run here. And the final pass lets us down. Carlos Small there. Unfortunately, a little bit too rushed and hurried in that one, because there was a really great break on for RGV there.
Echeverry is taking off the jacket, so things are getting serious for RGV. Carlos Small has had great work rate throughout this game. He is certainly not a poacher by any stretch of the imagination. Here's Colorado Springs inside the 18, and they earn themselves another corner.
Yeah, Carlos Small, one of those players. I don't think his work rate's ever in question. I think it is that, you know, that little bit of quality, that touch, that little bit of technical ability at times, which sometimes can, you know, betray a big man. So, but he's a very honest performer, and someone that I think RGV can rely on.
And without Malik Foster and Michael Salazar, he's really trying to shoulder the load.
And he can help on situations like this. Obviously, he's a big man. He goes back in there. Jones going to put in another dangerous delivery, and he could be crucial here.
And Small has headed these away before.
Good header by Donovan there. Captain stepping up at a crucial moment.
Joam gets it back. Small wanted the flag to go up. Small puts his body in front of it. Argueta sending it forward. And they'll have to retreat to build it back up. They'll get the keeper involved. Another strong right foot. Too strong for everybody, intended for Robinson, and he gave the thumbs up.
Coach Echeverry trying to get a message across here. Like he's encouraged by something that's going on in the field out there. The one thing I would say with the switchbacks is you can see the number of bodies that are flooding forward, Bruce. You know, they're really putting bodies forward there. And on the counter attack, they're leaving a lot of space there. Thankfully for them, RGV have been poor in their final pass and in the build-up. But I do get a little bit worried for them when in that transition that RGV, when things click together, will punish them.
Well, they're almost daring RGV to beat them, and so far they have been unable to do so. Small whipping it around.
Yeah, and Jones, just that athleticism. Monroy's really got his work cut out from the young boy there. You know, Jones he could look massively out of place, but those long-rangey legs will get him back into position in no time.
Monroy has been on both sides of the pitch throughout the evening, just keeping Colorado Springs honest. Here he is again, working his way towards the 18, backing it up, sliding it out for Martinez.
You can see what Small's trying to do. They get turned on a half turn, something clever.
Monroy in the 18, left foot, headed away, knocked away. Martinez, rocket shot, almost took off a head.
Or a hand, I don't know what that is, Bruce.
Here's Malcolm.
Shane down.
Malcolm going down.
Yeah, a little soft for me there, Bruce. You can see what he's trying to do. He had very little options and kind of draws the contact and flops to the ground.
No card, but he does earn the foul.
Yeah, and here we go. I mean, it's another good opportunity. They're inside the box. What does this hit? Body. Yeah, I think he's okay. The referee's probably got that one right, but a great opportunity. Maybe a little bit more composure. There's a lot of bodies in front. Can Martinez find a layoff to someone maybe with a clearer view?
Robinson. Joan
playing center midfield right now.
He's all over the place. And that was a great pass, but Jordan Burt just couldn't jump on it.
Yeah, I think Connor Donovan just did enough to knock Burt off balance there and let the ball run back to his keeper, but a great opportunity, and Malcolm finding himself in between the lines centrally. You know, that's a little bit of creativity there from Colorado, with Joan finding himself in central midfield, Malcolm coming in off the right flank as well.
But as you said, with Joan all the way up, really leaving themselves susceptible to the counter. Just RGV hasn't done it yet.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see, as now we're in the 39th minute, when they go into the locker room and Echeverry has an opportunity to talk about what Colorado Springs has shown them, if they'll make the adjustment in the second half and try to exploit it.
Yeah, because, I mean, there's certainly opportunities there. I mean, Colorado are full of confidence, you know, and you can see they're trying to get bodies forward. They're looking, they're in search of that goal. They're obviously not too concerned by the attacking threats that RGV are throwing at them right now, but as we've seen in recent weeks, they certainly have them. They're certainly capable of real moments of quality.
Martinez was trying to chase it down. Argueta.
Smart play by Argueta there, just trying to break things up a little bit.
And also probably pretty smart by Small to get whistled on the infraction on that one. Not enough to go into the book, but just enough to slow down the play.
Schweitzer, the experienced midfielder, just keeping things ticking. You see him directing play there, around by the referee.
Colorado will build from the back once again. There's Joan cutting inside.
And he's got the better of Monroy, I think, Joan, all day. You can see Monroy's really not going to defend him, so that's something they can get Joan getting down this left side with Robinson. That could be a real problem for RGV.
Seth for Burt. And they've been connecting since 2015, and Corti will snatch it out of the air as we enter the 41st minute. I think for RGV, if they can get out of the first half without conceding a goal, that will be a very solid first half for them. For Colorado Springs, it's been ebb and flow for them in terms of their attack and their defending. I think they'll be very happy to get out of the first half without conceding a goal on the road as well.
Yeah, no surprises from Colorado. I'm a little bit surprised with RGV how they just haven't gotten the two fullbacks into the attack hardly at all. Coronado, a player that I rate quite highly, kind of on a similar level to Ishmael Jones, but we've just not seen him at all today. He's been focused on defending. But if they can produce the second half performances they've had in recent weeks, then they will. I'm sure Coach Edgeworth will be really pleased come the end of the day. But we'll just be interested to see what happens.
So the possession arrow has swung to the other side, 51-49 in favor of RGV early in the game, 60-40 in favor of the visitors. Here's Malcolm sending it in, knocked away. And now Robinson, who's over on the right, playing catch with Malcolm.
And Burt at the back post. Can they find him? No.
Schweitzer trying to catch that one up. There's the professional foul that will get him in the book. 42nd minute.
Yeah, that's the experience from Schweitzer right there. I think he was hoping he'd probably get away with that one. Maybe one of his first fouls of the day, but unfortunately the referee knew exactly what he's up to there.
Yeah, the Washington native wasn't going to get away with that one in his second season here in Colorado Springs. Yeah, not going to get away with that.
None of the referees knows, Bruce, unfortunately.
So that just slows us down just a little bit. And too far for RGV to do much with it, so they'll build from the back, feel the pressure from Colorado Springs, and try to triangulate the passes as Hernandez will carry it up.
There you go, seeing Coronado get forward a little bit here, maybe taking the shackles off a little bit.
Donovan.
And then move it. This is a great opportunity. They can switch the play quickly. You can see the white shirts right here at the bottom of your screen. They can switch the play quickly. They'll find those spaces, and then that little bit of quality can turn on.
Castellanos, long distance pass.
There we go.
Gets right through the lanes. Running room. And there's where the patience kind of wears down, but it works out. Cabrera, well covered, and runs right over the ball.
Yeah, you're not going to get a free kick there, unfortunately. But yeah, just that was a great opportunity. Ball broken, they got numbers, and you know, Coach Etcheverry, I don't think he's going to be talking about rocket science.
Schweitzer pulling down Martinez, and maybe very lucky that he doesn't double up the yellow cards right there, because that one in certain situations could be questionable. Take another look.
Let's see. I think it's just a tackling. I don't think you're going to get a yellow card for that, especially after just getting booked. That'd be very harsh.
But he will get the conversation from Dejan Suzak.
I think a smart referee, and I think that'd be very, very harsh to pick up a yellow card there. I don't think there's any intent there.
Especially coming off of a card less than 2 minutes ago. That would have changed the complexity of the game.
Yes.
Martinez will set this one down, the Brownsville, Texas native.
And he creates a lot of chances, Martinez. I think he's very high up in the standings in terms of chances created. I think it's 28 for the season, so, you know, got to get him on the ball a little bit more.
Coronado tees it up. Went through about 7 bodies before it got to Rawls.
And that's what I want to see more from Coronado. He had a fantastic goal a few weeks ago against Orange County, and it was a similar sort of strike, left foot. But that one ended up in the top corner. This one, just making sure the goalkeeper's still awake and with us.
Here's Robinson. Back for Reeves. Out wide for Yarrow. Malcolm. Robinson. Robinson's been all over the pitch. As that gets punched away, Malcolm comes up with it.
Yeah, creating space for Jome as Robinson goes inside. It creates an overload in there and creates all that room for Jome to maraud forward. He's more than athletic to do that.
RGV back on it as we get close to the original 45. Passing just haven't been as crisp as the Toros would like. But that one.
Now there's a switch and play on here.
Finds the mark. Hernandez for Samuels.
Yeah, get the overlap on.
Monroy.
Just a little slow. You know, they're almost waiting for the counter-attack of Colorado rather than being proactive and confident and really going for the jugular here.
1 minute of added time for your viewing pleasure.
But they've had chances. They've been solid. I don't think Coach Etcheverry is going to be panicking.
Enriquez taking it outside of the 18, working his way back in. Earning a corner.
And that's more like it from Enriquez there. That's the type of player we see. Getting turned, he's tricky, he's hard to wrangle. Watabaye doing a good job there of making sure he didn't get done in the box, but gives up a corner here, and we'll see how this half ends.
And this is basically where this half is going to end, is Martinez will jog over, played his college ball here in Rio Grande Valley with Texas RGV. They go short. We're past the 1 minute. Samuels, Enriquez. Samuels punching it into the 18, headed around. Looks like the referee's going to let this play out. Samuels, Enriquez. Going to have to hurry, well defended. Malcolm slowing it down. Enriquez working his way through, staying on his feet, losing his feet. That will do it for the first 45 plus 1. 0-0. Opportunities on both sides, Andrew, but at the end of the day, nobody gets it past the keeper. So that's the way it's going to end.
Yeah, I think both teams will be quite content right now. 45-minute game for both teams. Not quite sure what Coach Trixie's got a problem with here. But ultimately, I think it's going to be an interesting second half.
That conversation just sets up some calls in the second half. Got to work the referees over. 0-0 after 45 plus 1. Don't go away. Come back. We'll give you all kinds of highlights, stats, and information on USL and US Open Cup. Don't go away.
The more we are together with nature, the more we are together, the better we'll be. There's forests and rivers, mountains and valleys. The more we are together, the better we'll be.
For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank has grown along with our customers. Together, we have helped transform South Texas, raised families, and planted roots to create opportunities that benefit not the few, but the many, to plan and build for a better tomorrow, to imagine what is possible. That is how you build strong communities and the strong bank, one generation at a time. For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's Bank.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
At DHR Health, we have one goal: advancing the health of the Rio Grande Valley. We're deeply committed to our community and its health. DHR Health, here for you, for life.
Shop online at birdogden.com. Pick out your vehicle and click Buy Now. Work your own deal and submit your trade. It's that easy. Shop now at birdogden.com. Daligas.
Welcome back to Rio Grande Valley, the Toros and the Switchbacks. But before we get the highlights and stats, let's talk about the week that was. We will start with St. Louis and the Chicago Fire US Open Cup. Andrew, big win for the championship team.
Yeah, and this is what it's all about, the US Open Cup. Upsets like this, Cinderella stories, fantastic stuff from St. Louis.
And they definitely used their head throughout this game. It was good for 2 goals, this one being the first.
Yep, Cicerone with a great ball with his left foot there, and here you'll see pops up with on the end of it this time.
Little trickery, throwing it up in the air, breaking through and finding the back of the net. And that does it for a 2-1 win for the boys from St. Louis.
Yep, sorry, Chicago.
Action turns around and will go out west. The Cinderella story of the USL Championship season has been New Mexico, and they just keep on doing it. They knock off Colorado Rapids.
Yeah, there's no end to what this team is achieving right now. The newcomers just showing they're not afraid of anybody.
And they weren't afraid to take it from distance. That left foot finds the back of the net. This one goes to PKs, and they come up big in the goalkeeping department.
Absolutely. Not a great penalty, but the keeper does really well to get down and push it away.
We get to see it from another angle, and still it's a save.
Yeah,
Gotta love how those replays work.
Hey, that wasn't a great penalty, but that was a great penalty.
That really was. Strong right foot finds the back of the net, and New Mexico advances. They will go to Dallas, and they'll play in the Midwest.
Yeah, nobody would be wanting to pull out New Mexico in the hat for the next round here, so I feel for FC Dallas. That's a real banana skin for them.
Might be difficult for FC Cincinnati as well. They'll have to travel to St. Louis.
Yep, not an easy place to go, as Chicago Fire found out, so that'll be an interesting one to watch.
The last two teams in USL Championship in the U.S. Open Cup. When we come back, highlights and stats from this game. Don't go away.
Coming to you from USL headquarters, this is Steal Some Time. Here's the USL's Kelsey Steele.
Let's hop into the West. Out of week 14, the West was interesting this week. I want to start over in San Antonio and talk about this academy impact that's going on right now for Gallegos. If you have not watched that goal, you need to go back into the highlights and watch that, because this is a 17-year-old kid who created that entire play. He made that run. He demanded to get the ball back. Barmy hit him up, and he, made that one touch around the defender, finished it off, and it was gorgeous. A 17-year-old looking like a 25-year-old. And
put the team on his back.
Put the team on his back. How about Phoenix's commitment to Dollar Beer Night?
Undefeated.
If you thought that we were going to go through the show today without mentioning Dollar Beer Night, you are severely mistaken.
Absolutely, and for good reason. I mean, holy cow, not only is Dollar Beer Night absolutely a thing, but the goals. The goals on goals on goals, and Adam John, I will stand by this opinion. I will die on this hill. That should have been SportsCenter #1 out of the weekend. 60-yard ball over the top. Not even a touch. He just lofts it over the goalkeeper. I saw that and watched SportsCenter, and I was like, where is it? Okay, it's not number 3, it's not number 2, it's not number 1. I was about to just start tweet storming at SportsCenter on Twitter and just let them know, y'all got that wrong, man.
But elsewhere in USL Championship play, we had a few streaks end this weekend. Talking about over New Mexico and, unfortunately, Tampa Bay Rowdies. Their notable streak comes to an end.
I think if I'm the Rowdies, I have to see this at least as somewhat of a win. So follow me a little bit here.
Okay.
Brown to find Lacroix. Now it's Musa. Oh, what a hit! Ryan Brown. Oh, that is electric from Phoenix on the break.
Check out that game on Tuesday night. We're back live here at HEB. Rio Grande Valley hosting the Switchbacks 0-0 after 45+1. Andrew, opportunities were there on belonging to the Switchbacks. Yellow cards were there, shots on target. Both teams challenging the keepers just a little bit. 14 shots overall, but the only stat that ever really matters is the one up top, 0-0 after 45+1.
Yeah, the stats don't lie in this case. It's a very even game. Both teams, no major surprises there, and you can see sort of why both teams are kind of down towards that lower end of the table. But I think Colorado will be happy with the fact that they've limited RGV to all these shots from outside the box.
Time for us to take a look at the upcoming schedule. RGV hosting Austin, the expansion club from here in Texas, and then going out to Reno, hosting Tacoma and Phoenix and Sacramento. That's going to be a nice homestand for RGV. And for Colorado, team of the week.
Yeah, and you see Ismail Jerome there in the team of the week, and a player, he's not really been electric in this game, but certainly I think we'll probably see a little bit more from him in the next 45 minutes.
You know a guy named Fortune.
Yeah, he's done quite well, yeah. Led to some fortune for North Carolina last week.
The player of the week. You want to take the you want to watch the second half?
I do, yeah. I think the first half, although it hasn't kind of lived up to its billing, I think there's a lot that both teams will be happy with. They'll take confidence from it. And then basically we're going to see a 45-minute game is the way I look at this now, with both teams going for the win.
Andrew wants to watch the second half. I want to watch the second half. We got the second half coming up next. Do not go away. 0-0 after 45 plus 1.
Appreciate it.
The more we are together with nature, the more we are together, the better we'll be. There's forests and rivers, mountains and valleys. The more we are together, the better we'll be.
For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank has grown along with our customers. Together, we have helped transform South Texas, raised families, and planted roots to create opportunities that benefit not the few, but the many, to plan and build for a better tomorrow, to imagine what is possible. That is how you build strong communities and a strong bank, one generation at a time. For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Welcome to your hometown Whataburger. Customization is what we've always done. We have mustard, mayo, ketchup. It's all up to you.
When you customize your own burger, you can put your personality in it.
Manny's ketchup, no cheese. This is my Whataburger.
We customize orders 24 hours a day.
Everybody wants it just like they like it. When you can make it your own, that always enhances that experience for you.
They're just happy to do whatever makes you happy.
However you want it, I got you. Here at Whataburger, we make it just like you like it, whenever you like it.
Hola Bruce, bienvenido a Taquería Manu.
¿Taquería Manu?
Mi nueva pasión ahora que estoy retirado. Desde que probé las carnes marinadas, mi tienda para tacos son fáciles y rapidísimos de hacer.
A ver, dale.
Mira esto. Elige el sabor que quieras.
¡Híjole! ¡Qué rico!
Provecho, Bruce.
Gracias, hermano.
Carnes Marinadas, mi tienda de H-E-B, celebrando nuestra cultura, costumbres y pasión.
Welcome back, full moon. It'll be interesting to see what that full moon has in store for us in the second half. I'm Bruce Silverman along with Andrew Tate. Thanks for being with us here on this Saturday edition of Toros football as the players are coming onto the pitch. Gives us an opportunity, Andrew, to talk about what you would like to see out of the second half for both of these teams. We'll get to those thoughts in a second. News and notes from around championship. How about St. Louis and New Mexico? We talked about it a few minutes ago during halftime. The last two standing in the U.S. Open Cup for USL Championship.
Yeah, fantastic achievement for those two clubs, and it keeps the spirit and the underdog story of the Open Cup continuing, hopefully for another round.
Former Air Force Academy players joining the Switchbacks.
Yeah, both on the bench. We should see if they come into the game here to maybe add some firepower.
Take a look at out west, the standings. New Mexico, the new guys, 25 points, top of the table. Phoenix right below them. There are a number of first teams in the top 10. Not bad. You've got New Mexico and El Paso and Austin in the top 10. That is quality expansion football here in USL Championship.
Absolutely. We saw Austin Bowl have a really good night the other day in the Open Cup against Houston Dynamo. 3-0 down at halftime, showing really well in the second half to score 2 goals and make it tight.
And RGV will be hosting Austin next weekend.
That'll be a good one.
But before we get to that,
right,
we've got to finish this one. And let's talk about what the conversations were in the locker room between coaches and players. Let's start with RGV. What was Coach Echeverry telling his team?
I think he'd be quietly pleased with what went on. You know, look, they've stopped giving up a silly goal in the first half, so they've achieved that. So it'll be more of the same defensively. Let's be switched on and be aware of Jordan Burt and some of those deliveries in. Don't give away needless set pieces. But can we be a little bit more in control of the play from an attacking sense? They've been very quick, very rushed. I think we'll be a little bit more patient. Get Coronado, get Cabrera, get Martinez, and get that rhythm in their play back.
For me, for RGV, passes in the final third have to be sharper so they're not playing themselves out of opportunities. For Coach Tritschu, what did he have to say?
I think he'd be pleased. It's another 45 minutes without any goals conceded. They've limited RGV massively to shots from outside the box. And if the game's gone anyone's way right now, you'd probably say it's gone Colorado's way. But I think there's a lot still to come from both teams, especially RGV.
RGV in the orange kits. We've now switched sides, so we'll go from right to left on your screen. And in all white, the visitors will go from left to right. Hernandez, Coronado, Enrique. Enriquez for Small, and he'll switch sides. Joam will come over, play some defense. The ball gets sent in and knocked away. But Colorado will have to play defense once again. That was actually supposed to be a pass. But now that you look at it, had it been strong-footed, might have broken the game wide open.
Yeah, opportunity for a shot there. I think Small slightly on his heels there. There's a good gap between the centre-backs, which they've been struggled to kind of create. An opportunity maybe get across his defender, just on different wavelengths there, Bruce.
So first time for Colorado Springs to move the ball forward. A lot of running room to do it, but that errant pass is broken up, sent forward. Here's Enriquez on the wing. Malcolm playing defense on him as that ball gets whipped in and headed on, but off frame by Small. Gotta like the ball movement. We talked about it a moment ago. Pass is a lot sharper.
Yeah, and then you see Enriquez on the front foot. He's going at the defender there, and he's looking positive. And Small pulling away to the back post. Unfortunately, the delivery just slightly behind him, and he did his best to try and redirect it.
Small also well surrounded defensively, so he really couldn't reposition his body to get a better direction on it. And Colorado Springs trying to move the ball around, but now feeling the presence and the pressure defensively that they didn't feel out of RGV in the first half.
No, I think they'll be more aggressive. He talked about that as well, in midweek, about being more aggressive defensively, and I don't think we saw that in the first half. So I expect them to ramp up that pressure and be a little bit more aggressive, especially when they're building out the back.
Yarrow whipping it in. Corte picking it out of the air. Yarrow had some great centering passes in the first half.
Yeah, he put that one in for Jordan Burt, didn't he? Where Burt forced a good save out of Cordy. That one there just a bit too high, and the goalkeeper was always going to be the favourite.
Ball goes past the line. Rawls will start us up. Colorado Springs came into this game winners of their last two clean sheets. And that was kind of reversing their fortunes from earlier in the season. Last two times out, June 1st against Fresno, 1-0. And then Tacoma, 3-0. And you throw in there another half of scoreless football. RGV clearing it out, but giving it right back.
Yeah, that's right. So that's what he loves to do, just sit in front of the back four and break things up. You won't see him too much on the attacking side, but they're just sitting in front of the back four, protecting the defenders from Small and making sure he doesn't pick up the ball.
Opportunity for RGV. Monroy, one-man wrecking crew before he runs into Reeves. He was trying to do it all by himself.
Yeah, and finally we see him not up against Joam there. Joam higher up the pitch, and we see Monroy does have some pace there.
We talked about it in the first half. If Echeverry was able to tell his team in the dressing room, hey, you might have this opportunity when you see Joam running forward. They exploited it that time. Foul on the play. And that's Coronado, the 22-year-old.
Looks like it hurts. The referee adjusting his pockets there. Saw a flash of the yellow.
All right, so Mike Seth is in the book, the 31-year-old.
Yeah, just catches him late there.
And that in the 50th minute. And we were talking off the air during halftime about Mike Seth and how he really has not been involved in this game. Done some things off the ball, but really not on the ball. Teaming up with Jordan Burt, the two of them who have been playing together since 2015 here in Colorado Springs.
Yeah, and he's one of those players that really goes, under the radar. But I think if you ask all the Colorado players about the work that he does for the team and in terms of pressing and filling in defensively, he's certainly not one of those players that's the focal point and a weapon like Salazar was for RGV, but he's a player that I think his teammates really appreciate what he does for them.
Well, he did score the first goal in Switchbacks history. Switching sides, but stepping in front and stealing it away. Ball was intended for Enriquez. But here is Cabrera. Small. Runs into a wall, but they stay on it. Ball out and too heavy for Enriquez.
Yeah, just once again, that final pass, Bruce, we've talked about it all day. Enriquez is getting frustrated now. I'm wide open, he's telling his teammates there, come on. I expect better from him, and obviously he does too.
Malcolm. And there is Seth on the ball.
Not where he wants to be. Right wing on the halfway line. Need to get him higher up and in and around the box.
He was working his way, but lost the handle. Enriquez. Ooh, and that was dangerous as he ran into Robinson. No, that was Yarrow. Hernandez out wide. Here's Samuels, who was quiet in the first half as well.
A lot of room to run here. 2v1, 3v2 out there.
Monroy pulls up the brakes. Joan in front of him. Back for Samuel. Hernandez. Hernandez surveying his options. Goes back. Castellanos. Now Coronado.
And this is better. Just develop a bit of rhythm. Bit of rhythm to the play. Build that confidence.
Small. Right into the awaiting hands of Andre Rawls. Tune in to ESPN 3 on June 18th for a special Tuesday edition of Wednesday Night Football as Phoenix Rising FC meets Reno 1868 in Nevada for a battle between two of the best in the West. It's the week's best match on Wednesday Night Soccer on a Tuesday, June 18th on ESPN 3. Good ball movement here. Little give and go. Can Enriquez jump on it? Yarrow just breaking up the play just enough. And a little miscommunication there between defender and keeper, and we got a corner coming up.
Yeah, and you can see Enriquez starting to get into it. He started the game slowly, but you can see in the second half and towards the end of the first half, he's starting to show that trickery, that invention. As one of the few remaining attacking players left after Salazar and Foster have gone, he's certainly got that and player that I think could help unlock the door.
A little flick on. Enriquez, hard to time that one. Cleared away, up in the air, and then defender and goalkeeper just not on the same page. Short corner. Coronado. And then just nobody home. Cabrera will come over and chase it down. Doing a great job of getting there. Tied up with Argueta. Argueta will plead his case. He's not going to win this communication. Barbasol is coming down. Set piece for the Toros coming up.
Cabrera using his body well there. I thought the first one was a foul there, so I think definitely earned that.
Yeah, probably could have been whistled the first touch rather than the tangle.
Yeah. Good opportunity here for RGV.
From the angle, Martinez will take this one. Right foot will swing in. I don't think the Barbasol even made a mark on that one. One-man wall, it's Robinson.
Even the Barbasol's misfiring today, boys.
Can RGV fire on all cylinders on this one? Hernandez needed to jump up in the air and put his head on it. He stayed on his feet. Cleared out momentarily. Small sending it out wide.
Touch.
Martinez centering back heel. And that finds the back of the net. Cabrera 1-0. 55th minute. The back heel from the defender right into Cabrera.
Fantastic, and that's where we want Cabrera. You know, he's got great quality, a really mature player for his age, and just tucked it away fantastic. It was the touch before that led to the goal was absolutely fantastic.
Right there,
Martinez.
The back heel to himself.
And that's what RGV has in their locker, that invention, that creativity. They're full of surprises, both good and bad, and that was a good one. So fantastic bit of play, and like I felt there was something there in the game for RGV, and thankfully they've unlocked the door.
Taking advantage of a misplay by the defense of Colorado Springs, and Cabrera has broken this game open. And the clean sheet record, the streak, I should say, for Colorado Springs is over.
Yeah, this is where Colorado do not want to be a goal behind and chasing the game now, because scoring goals is not their forte.
Malcolm trying to do it all by himself, gets his pocket picked. Enriquez showing some patience there, waiting for reinforcements. Small breaks on it a little late, so Reeves is able to get it back to his keeper.
At the same point, a different situation for RGV. They're a goal up and not kept a clean sheet, so a different situation. We'll see if they can keep their focus and keep building on that opening 10 minutes that they've had here.
As we talked about earlier, RGV with only one clean sheet on the entire season. Corti looking for his second win on the campaign. And here's Robinson trying to find some space. Malcolm centers. Seth was trying to break free.
It's a good early delivery from Malcolm there. I was kind of looking at him, can you at him, but it's a great ball in the box, and unfortunately for Colorado, no one able to get on the end of it.
April 6th, that was the clean sheet for RGV. The opponent was New Mexico United, top of the table, 0-0 draw.
Full of surprises, Bruce.
Loose ball picked up by Enriquez. Can they break through with a second one? Here's your goal scorer. He tees it up. And that just went high. Cabrera was looking for the brace, but he just lifted it a little too much.
Yeah, but it's one of those. Echeverry will be super happy with what's going on in the second half. Cabrera getting more into the game, getting to positions that you want your number 10, your playmaker in, and I'm surprised that went over. I expect him to hit the target in those situations, the quality the young man has.
Looked like at the last second he knew he had to curl it around the defender. Got a little bit more lift on it. That was his third on the season. He had one against Las Vegas and another one against Portland. First time he scored. Nope, second time. First goal came at home against Las Vegas. Second one was at Portland. Schweitzer leading Argueta. A little too much. Samuels picks it up. He's got some running room. RGV playing with a lot more confidence. That center too much for Small, but Enriquez is there. Works it into the 18. He'll flip it around. And Jome has to chest it out of play. That goal has really lifted the spirits of RGV.
Yeah, and really knocked Colorado, and I think you can kind of go back to miscommunication from to give away a corner earlier on. Jome there, another miscommunication. I don't know if it's the heat, the altitude or lack thereof, but Colorado have really struggled this opening 15 minutes here.
Good ball movement, the opportunities there, and that was the goal. Can they double it up here on this corner? Out swinger, high in the air. The whistle on Castellanos.
I think that's harsh, Bruce. It looked as if anything, he was given as good as he gets there, the Colorado player.
Looked clean to me.
Let's have another look. I can't really see there, Bruce. I mean, there's a lot of bodies going on in there. Back to the wrestling, I think, from earlier in the game.
Opened up, there was the squared circle outside of the pitch here at HEB. Malcolm, will there be any fight in the switchbacks to tie this game up? And here comes Enriquez. He's got some running room. Jaro on his heels, riding him off the ball momentarily. RGV in the box, knocked away by Joam.
But Bruce, this is one of the things we talked about at halftime, was they didn't have any sustained pressure in the first half, and now you're seeing the wave after wave of RGV attacks, picking up the loose balls.
Another mounted attack by RGV. Colorado Springs, an hour into this game, chasing it. They had opportunities, they weren't able to take advantage of them, and now RGV just trying to fly on it as Small gets to the ball before Yarrow. Trying to work it, Yarrow punches it out momentarily. Enriquez, Schweitzer on him. Cabrera, and he gets his pocket picked. Seth. Argueta. Monroy can't win it back. Joam. And Colorado Springs just seems like they are very much out of sorts right now. The pressure's on from RGV, which they really hadn't put this much pressure on from the start of the game. Now up a goal, they're playing tighter defense.
Yeah, much tighter, especially in around the back four and midfield areas. Letting the back four for Colorado have the ball, but any entry pass any further forward, they're right on top of.
Flag is up. And we've got our first substitution of the evening coming in the 62nd minute. And the evening is over for Shane Malcolm. So you talked about the fact that he played the other night.
Yeah,
and then flew 8,000 miles. So I had a feeling he was going to be limited minutes this evening.
Yeah, I was surprised he started, to be honest. I don't think he was one of those. I think definitely lethargic. It wasn't his normal game. He's usually a dribbler, likes to get at players. We saw him swinging a lot of early crosses. But full credit to him, playing on Tuesday night in Guam and making it back here to play for Colorado. It shows a lot of professionalism.
Tucker Bone comes in for him again in the 62nd minute. Now Colorado, right now they need to control the ball and they need to kind of catch their breath.
Yeah, I don't think RGV's going to let them do that. Oh, I thought there was a foul there, but the referee says play on.
Opportunity here. Numbers will have to catch up for the switchbacks. Schweitzer. Yarrow on the wing. Good slotted pass for Robinson. Pulls up the brakes. Over for Bone. Whipped in over the head of Bone. Bone trying to win it back. Hard on Hernandez. Bone trying to work his way through. Out for Robinson, sliding it into the middle. RGV still struggling to get it out. Yarrow, players down all over the pitch. Referee standing right in front of one of them. He was letting the advantage play on, but an injured player down for RGV, and I think that is Hernandez. Still holding that ankle, and he will be attended to. So we get the look.
Yeah, he's just kicked the bottom of Tucker Bone's foot there. Tucker Bone coming in and adding some energy and enthusiasm, and just gets to the ball there just before he does, and those hurt.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think he's milking this one as much as he probably wants a drink break and a breather.
But everyone will get a drink break out of this one.
Yeah, right on the top of the foot. Those ones, you'd hope he can just run that one off.
Echeverry may look to substitute him, not just for the fact that he's limping right now, but also for the fact that he's sitting on a yellow card from the 33rd minute.
Yeah, you've got to be careful. That could certainly change the game, and right now RGV's in full control of this one.
Don't want a man sent off, play a man down, especially when you come out of the locker room play brilliant 15 minutes worth of football, get yourself the goal to go ahead. Remember, Coach Echeverry wanted to make sure that Nico Corte got the clean sheet, and right now they are 35 minutes away.
Yeah, I think it's exactly, if he could have drawn this game up exactly how he probably would have liked to have drawn it up. You know, solid first half, and then they've built on that momentum, and much more promising second half. And I'm excited to see what happens here in these remaining few minutes.
Make that 25 minutes. I didn't break out my calculator.
Could be some stoppage time for that injury, Bruce. You never know.
If there's 10 minutes of stoppage time for that one injury, then we're going to check. We're going to check all the referees' watches. But for right now, we've got at least another 25 minutes to play. Yarrow feeling just enough pressure. Colorado really came out of the locker room and faced an RGV team that they didn't face in the first half.
No, they definitely stepped it up a gear and really limiting Colorado at the moment. Did a much better job defensively of winning the ball back earlier and preventing opportunities. And then
Samuel turning around on Robinson. Play on. Robinson will pick it back up, whip it into the box, headed out by Coronado. Coronado trying to head his own ball away, picks up the loose ball. Enriquez with plenty of real estate. He's on his horse. Yarrow was chasing him. Small out wide, just not enough on that pass. That was a pass that Small would have had in the first half.
Yeah, you can see what he's trying to do. Just it's an eye of a needle stuff, and unfortunately just under hit.
Martinez back for Donovan. Castellanos. Possession now completely even. Cabrera nutmegs Bone, but Moan gets it back. Seth Schweitzer. Numbers moving forward. Argueta out wide. Robinson picked off. Small. Martinez chipping it forward. And that is another one of those plays. RGV going back and doing what they did in the first half. But this was a lot of fun.
Yeah. He's got him there. He's got his number. Took him on, just lent on him a little bit there. And I'm not sure it's enough to go down. The referee probably thought just a bit of embellishment there. But, I mean, he's got the better of him there, Cabrera, for sure.
Bone back for Yarrow. Sent forward. Schweitzer. Argueta. And now Colorado is knocking on the door. Bone trying to one-touch it over. Yarrow slides all the way through. Cleared out, but not cleanly by Donovan. Argueta. Burt, and he leads. Jome trying to get around Samuels, and Corti will cover up. 69th minute.
Yeah, that's that fatigue. Even Jome now not looking quite as dangerous as he was in the first half. Not able to get forward. The heat probably getting to them now. Those types of chances in the first half were at the very least leading to a set piece opportunity from the following.
Well, Jome is marked a number of minutes and probably a few miles on the ball today. Ball sending forward, pinballing around and out of play. And now a substitution coming in. Second one for the Switchbacks. DeWing will be coming in. And Mike Seth's night is over here in the 70th minute.
Yeah, added some youth, some energy, took a ball and you can see coming straight in and adding some energy and pace. And him and Austin Doohan used to play together at Air Force, and the two of them led the scoring charts there and graduated recently. So be interested to see if those two can link up. Austin Doohan, a new signing for the Switchbacks.
Pretty cool that you can go to school in Colorado Springs at the Air Force Academy and then sign a professional contract and play some football in your hometown.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure these boys, I'm sure they dreamt about that opportunity from a young age, and hopefully this is just the beginning for the two of them.
And that whole campus at the Air Force Academy, we'll get to that thought in a second. Cabrera is going to come out. He had the goal in the 55th minute. Lemoyne is going to come in for him here in the 71st.
Yeah, one teenager for another. I'm a little surprised that Cabrera's going out. He's a player that, you know, makes things tick for RGV, and a player that's played a lot of minutes. And Lemoyne, a player with certain potential, so we'll see what he can bring to the table.
So we have had two number 19s check into the game as substitutes. The first one was Tucker Bone for Shane Malcolm, and now Lemoyne for Cabrera.
Looks like Lemoyne's going to go out to the right. It's a little bit of a shift. Enriquez looks like he's playing just off of Carlos Small at the moment with Monroy on the left.
So the 19-year-old for the 18-year-old.
Massive boost in experience there.
Well, and you know,
and maturity.
And fresh legs.
Yeah.
Here's Enriquez with some space. Now for Monroy, who's been switching sides all game. Small, and he's going to the spot. Spun around by Schweitzer.
Yeah, and I think if that's what Small's been trying to do all day is get turned in and around the box. And once he did that there, the defender was always in a bad spot. I think it's the right decision from the referee.
Yeah, this was an easy one for Dejan Susak to
Reeves.
call, and yeah, absolutely. So it was first, the first touch was Reeves, and then the takedown by Schweitzer. So Small will step up, looking for his 6th of the season. He had 2 the last time out against Real Monarchs. 12 yards away from Andre Rawls. 73rd minute, and this would be a huge goal.
I'm not sure what the referee's doing here. He's checking his mic.
Come over and
have a
VAR,
conversation.
No VAR.
I know there's a lot going on in the World Cup with that, the Women's World Cup.
But he'll check with the AR here on the near side.
So we're just missing the V.
Would you like to buy a vowel? So Echeverry having a conversation with the 4th official. And now Dejan Susak will jog his way back in.
Interesting.
And they'll have a conversation with Carlos Small. So the Panamanian looking for his 6th. 12 yards away, right foot, surveying his options. Now in the 74th minute. Rawls, Small, 2-0, back of the net. Small has been working on a goal all evening long. Andrew, he finally gets it.
Yeah, it's a great penalty. I'm always a little nervous when the player that wins the penalty steps up to take it. But there showed great composure and put it exactly where he wanted it, which gave the keeper no chance.
Strong-footed it. Got a lot of air underneath it.
That's the way I like to take the penalties, Bruce. High in the corner, goalkeeper's got no chance, even if he dives the right way.
Yeah, that would have been tough for Rawls to get to, even though Rawls at 6'2", the big man, Carlos Small, makes it a 2-0 affair here as we enter the 75th minute. These teams coming in on opposite directions. 2 in a row with the wins for Colorado Springs, 2 in a row with the losses for RGV. Small had 2 goals last week. He now has the goal tonight. He's been working on that all evening long. You made the mention that you don't like when the man that draws the foul takes the penalty kick. Is that because they're so charged up?
Yeah, a little bit of the emotion. For a big man there, I'm not sure Reeves really tugged him that hard to go down. I think it was great bit of play from Small, because he is a big boy, but he made it look a lot more than it maybe was. So sometimes you can, maybe honesty comes into it, a little bit of conscience.
Bone got his pocket picked just enough by Coronado, but Colorado Springs right back on it, trying to make something happen. Jome out wide. He's been pretty much the quarterback throughout the evening as Corti snatches it out of the air. But what's really interesting for me is I say that Jome has been the quarterback for Colorado Springs. From that left fullback position, he has really driven the bus for Colorado Springs.
They put a lot, there's a lot that comes from that left back position. You know, he used to play as a winger back in his Minnesota United days, and you can see why. He's got it all defensively. He's athletic, covers the ground well, but he can get forward. And he's got a great left foot, so they do rely on him a lot. And I think right now, when looking at this game, I just don't see him on his own being able to pull this game back in Colorado's favor.
Ball going over the top. Monroy will chase it down towards the corner. Pick up Yarrow as a defender, sliding it forward. Enriquez back heel. Monroy trying to carry it around. He was looking to get it to his favorite foot, put it off the body of Bone, and highlight out by Rawls, going out wide. Plenty of real estate up that far side. Robinson defended by Donovan. Donovan will track back now. Schweitzer flicking it forward. Burt, who's been very quiet in the second half, throwing it out for Yarrow, then back to Bone, trying to corral it in just outside the box.
Nice.
Pulls it forward. Very nifty move. And it will stay in the corner.
Yeah, where Malcolm was sort of maybe a little lethargic off of his long travels, Bones definitely added some energy and some invention there, and a good bit of trickery.
Well, and in the first half, a lot of the ball at the feet of Jome and Malcolm.
Yeah, here we go. Sets it up perfectly. I think he's going nowhere, and then a little bit of a snake.
In swinger coming up. Jome taking this one as he has all evening long. High in the air, punched out by Corti.
Good goalkeeping.
Then thrown right back in, headed out by Castellanos. Hernandez puts his head on it. Colorado Springs still on it is Schweitzer. Trying to cut in. Nice move to get inside. Sacrificing his body was Castellanos. And Corti snatches it out of the air, but well done.
Yeah, Corti, he's full deserving of his clean sheet right now. He's been very solid. Everything that's been asked of him, he's delivered and answered. So hopefully, for Coach Echeverry and the RGV, he'll continue that throughout the remainder of this game.
Time is the enemy of the Switchbacks right now, as they are chasing this game down 2-0.
Yeah, if you're a betting man right now, you're not betting on 3 goals for the Switchbacks, but football is a funny old game at times.
Player down is Argueta. Back on his feet. Sliding it forward, Small. Passing has gotten a lot sharper. Enriquez out wide. RGV marching forward. Enriquez laying off just a little bit. Hernandez. Coronado. Monroy. He's been active tonight. Tripped up. Play on. Bone. And that led him too much. Intended for Burt. Martinez and now Lemoyne. RGV didn't like what they saw, so they'll back it up to go forward again. Hernandez.
This is not where Colorado wants to be. You know, they need 2 goals here in a short space of time, and you can just see that maybe the heat's getting to them here. The game firmly in RGV's hands at the moment.
You know, we talked earlier about what the heat would feel like for a team that's used to playing at such a high altitude, and that's different. When you play in Colorado, you have to condition yourself differently because of the altitude. As Bone's going to work his way back in. Nifty move as he lays off. Argueta sending it through, knocked away, cleared out by Monroy. Yarrow back to Bone at the elbow, sliding it out. Argueta, he'll tee it up, and Cordy knocks it down and covers up.
Yeah, Corty, I don't think it was a routine save for him there. He kind of bobbled it a little bit, but done his job. Kept the ball out of the goal, and that's all Head Coach Echeverry is going to care about, I'm sure, these last 15 minutes.
Really nice ball movement, and that kind of took a deflection. Corty kind of knocked it down. Going back to the thought about altitude, there is a different way of breathing when you're a mile up than when you're down here in the flats in Rio Grande Valley. The heat really takes its toll. And early in this game, don't forget, the first time we put up the possession, it was 60-40 in favor of Colorado Springs. That meant they were on the ball and using a lot of energy early in this match. That has switched over to a 50-50 as the match has gone on. And now RGV moving the ball at will and up 2 goals with time running out.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those, maybe it's like kind of a boxing analogy. They kind of punched themselves out a little bit. You know, RGV was certainly not their fluent best in the first half, but it seemed like they were holding some things back and being very conservative. Maybe with the knowledge that in the second half they were going to step it up and really sort of take the game to them.
Small, he's taking his time, looking to get it back. And that's going to be another one. Lemoyne taken down, this time by Joan.
Not their day, Bruce. I think that's a really soft decision there. If I'm a defender, I'm fuming at that.
We may be getting a substitution before the penalty kick, but we take a look at this play inside the box.
It's clever from Lemoyne there. Young boy knows he's in the box. The defenders can't make any contact with him. He sort of just trails his leg, and there is contact, but I think, you know, as a player there, you're going to be livid if that's given against you.
But you know, Dejan Suzak is going to point at the spot from the push from behind, because that's all he saw. Right now, Monroy, the 20-year-old Colombian, right foot, can he beat Rawls again? Stutter step. And that hits the bar. Rebound opportunity. Small trying to get on it, and that will go out of play. He really rocket shotted that one, and now we'll get the substitution. Enriquez will come out, and Morales will come in the 83rd minute.
Yeah, and Enriquez there. His final action was to go and he sort of, you know, give the Monroy the kind of kick at the backside and say, hey, look, it's okay, mate. We're still in this game. Come on, you're okay. Goes back to my penalty sort of theories there. You know, you've got Small took the first one. Small took the first one and scored. And you know, it's one of those. Do you have him go again, knowing where he went last time? So I'm not quite sure who made that decision. If that was always the plan, but unfortunately for RGV, didn't quite get the result they were looking for.
Morales for Enriquez in the 84th minute, and in the 84th minute, he was being ushered by Suzak, and he would not leave the pitch. This is the PK.
Yeah, he's done what Small did there. He's gone high into the corner, unfortunately too high.
Put a little too much on it, and a little too much underneath it. But when you look at Enriquez taking his time, referee is on his hip saying you need to exit the pitch, and you end up getting a yellow card. To me, that's just a silly one.
Yeah.
Because, number one, you're going to add time to the game. Number two, it's one of those situations where Enriquez now has an extra card that could have been avoided for the accumulation that may be an issue down the road.
Yeah. Well, the only time will tell with that. I think for him, it's probably one of those, like the shock of maybe killing the game at 3-0 and then maybe giving a little bit of a boost to Colorado. Oh, here we go.
Another opportunity Still on it. Small, back of the net. He got himself a brace in the 85th minute. And I'll give him an 8.5 for the somersault.
Yeah, not bad for the big man there. Tucked and rolled and came up smelling the roses there. And that's it now. You know, no way back for Colorado. Once again, a little bit nonchalant it looked like, but then an untidy finish from Carlos Smalls there to get another brace.
I've always felt that rebounds should be a stat in soccer. There's a perfect example of it. Great ball movement. Ball ricochets around, and there is Small Johnny on the spot to clean it up.
Smart finish as well. He recognized, I think, there that there's a lot of bodies on the line and that going high was going to be the right option, and he tucked it away very well there.
3-0. Toros. And now the only thing left for the home team is to get their manager the clean sheet he wanted.
Yeah, once again, they've scored 3 goals like they did in the last game. The difference has been that they've been solid defensively, especially the second half. I cannot really think of a save that Cortez really had to make that wasn't routine.
The thing for me is that RGV has been so efficient with their passing in the final third. We talked about it starting the second half. That was problems that they had in the first half. They eliminated them, and that has really changed the tide for them.
Yeah, they've been much tidier, much more assured. And that's obviously shown a lot in the chances they create. They haven't created half chances. It's not been shots from outside the box. You know, it's all been inside the box and put pressure on.
Yarrow on the wing. Knocked away and out of play by Coronado. We're going to get another substitution here in a moment. And it's going to be night over for Jordan Burt. So the captain is going to come out for Hundley.
And Hundley's a player that started in the last game, the last victory against Tacoma. So maybe a little bit harsh to be left out today for Shane Malcolm. But Shane Malcolm's been a player that's been good for them for the majority of the season.
Throw-in coming up. Yarrow will do the honors as you look at the captain walking around the outside of the pitch. Schweitzer. Coronado. Small that motor just has not stopped. Jome and Samuel's getting tied up.
Yeah, Small there, you know, he's showing that he's maybe going to really enjoy being the main number 9 now that Salazar's gone.
Cleared out. Plenty of space for RGV to roam. And now you've got Small. And they just need to slow down, go to the corner, and pretty much call it a night. If they can keep the ball on this side of the pitch, they can give Echeverry the clean sheet that he wants.
It's tough. You tell a young boy that when he's out to impress and he wants to go and play for the Dynamo and get his opportunities. It's a fine line between scoring the goal and doing probably what's right to get the points.
But at the same time, Dynamo are also looking at soccer IQ and how you finish out a game. A little different than when you're up 1-0 and you need to close out a game versus 3-0, because you can go for the goals and then give up a goal on the other side on the counter.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, clean sheet is still very valuable, and again, would be the second on the season for the Toros. That long distance pass off the mark intended for Morales.
But yeah, Small, the big man, I think he's been very good today. He's done his job. He's huffed and puffed, and like I said, it'll be interesting to see how much he can step up now with Michael Salazar out of the equation.
2 solid games in a row for him. 2 braces in a row for Small. And with Austin coming to town next week, he'll have an opportunity for 3 straight braces. Small still trying to pick it up, and now he'll be checking out of the game. Garza will come in for him. So Garza for Small in the 90th. And that will give Small an opportunity to take a bow.
Yeah, fully deserved. He's done everything you ask of you for the hard yards, scored some goals. been a real focal point of the attack for RGV today.
And Small now exits this game with 7 goals on the season, 4 in his last 2. And Garza will take us through. So all substitutes have been used by both clubs. Now it's really just a matter of the way this game will end. Ball chipping towards the box. Donovan puts his head on it. Hernandez. Now ahead for Morales. Turning around. We've got 3 minutes of added time for your viewing pleasure. And 3 minutes for RGV to secure a clean sheet for Nico Corti. Yarrow all the way back to his keeper. Is there when you look at a game like this, Andrew, and you got three minutes left, you're trailing the game 3-0. You haven't been able to do much offensively in the second half at all. How difficult is it just to finish out a game when you're on the road and you've really not had anything to work with?
Yeah, that's the tale of 2 halves for Colorado. First half, they're in the locker room, feeling good about themselves. Oh.
And there is a little bit of a cynical foul by Limon as the Barbasol will come out. Jome taken down, and Jome will be the man on the ball because he's taken all the set pieces throughout the evening.
Yeah, Jome, you know, one of the most attacking players for Colorado, does well, gets past one and then tripped up by Lemoyne. We'll see here. This clean sheet could be in jeopardy right now.
2-man wall, Bone and Jome. They keep it on the ground. It's cleared out. Last touch by Hundley. Yarrow will chase it down in the circle. Out wide, Schweitzer into the box. Heavy touch, but he got it back. Knocked away. Lemoyne is able to clear it out. We're more than halfway through the 3 minutes. And RGV doing a good job of really trying to control the pace and secure the clean sheet.
Yeah, and I think what Coach Echeverry will be most pleased about is with, you know, players doing their jobs. You know, when you talk about your goalkeeper, don't do anything silly. You know, make everything routine. Your defenders defend. That's your first job. It's in your title. And they've done that. Donovan, Castellanos, Samuels, and Coronado. You've not seen much of them going forward, but defensively they've done their jobs.
Jome, Lemoyne in front of him. Now Morales. Jome working it into the middle. Passes past Schweitzer. Robinson's able to pick it up.
It's a good ball.
Inside the box. Turning around. Couldn't get the shot off. Bone put a foot on it. But that's cleared out. And that will waste a lot of time. Almost bounced over Rawls as he was 17 yards off his line. Sending it forward, Jome corralling it in. Trying to find that last shot that will break up the full-blown party for the Toros. Bone. And that ricochets away. We're past, and that's over. 3-0 is your final. The Toros with a brace by Carlos Small and the opening goal by Wilmer Cabrera at the 55-minute mark earns manager Echeverry and the Toros a 3-0 clean sheet. Thoughts before we go to break?
Just job well done. Coach Echeverry got everything he wanted. All his Christmases came at once. He got the clean sheet and he got the goals as well. So I thought it was a thoroughly good performance based on where they were coming into this game.
Corti, brilliant in the pipes. Didn't have a lot to do tonight, but did what he had to do. Cabrera, like I said, gets that goal, the 18-year-old. We'll be back with highlights and stats. Don't go away. 3-0, RGV.
The more we are together with nature, the more we are together, the better we'll be. There's forests and rivers, mountains and valleys.
35 years, Lone Star National Bank has grown along with our customers. Together, we have helped transform South Texas, raised families, and planted roots to create opportunities that benefit not the few, but the many, to plan and build for a better tomorrow, to imagine what is possible. That is how you build strong communities and the strong bank, one generation at a time. For 35 years, Lone Star National Bank, the Valley's bank.
Welcome to your hometown Whataburger. Customization is what we've always done. We have mustard, mayo, ketchup. It's all up to you.
When you customize your own burger, you can put your personality in it.
Mayonnaise, ketchup, no cheese. This is my Whataburger.
We customize orders 24 hours a day.
Everybody wants it just like they like it. When you can make it your own, that always enhances that experience for you.
They're just happy to do whatever makes you happy.
However you want it, I got you. Here at Whataburger, we make it just like you like it, whenever you like it.
What a win by RGV. They snapped the two-game skid, 3-0. A brace by Carlos Small and throw in the opener by Wilmer Cabrera. We go to the highlights and show you how this game went down. First half, Andrew was punch, counter punch. We saw wrestling at the beginning.
The only thing that's missing is the header from the big man.
But the 8.5 on the somersault, we go to the statistics. Switchbacks actually got the possession arrow to go their way. 2 cards on each side, 1 offside, so there was good flow to the game. Toros with 18 shots, 7 of them on frame, but the only stat that ever matters is the one up top, and that belonged to the Toros. Final thoughts?
Yeah, fantastic performance, I think, from the Toros overall, based on coming off of two disappointing defeats. Tighten things up defensively, and basically just tweak some things at halftime to come out and show what they're really capable of. Unfortunately for Colorado, similar story. You know, defensively, they were solid for the first 45 minutes, and then just a lack of offense, I think, paid its dues in the end.
Changes by Echeverry and company paid dividends in the second half. Your player of the match right there, Carlos Small, who just had a great work rate all evening long and certainly earned his 6th and 7th on the evening. Entertaining match. Glad that you were with us. For everyone in the control room, everyone here on the ground at HEB, for Andrew Tate, I'm Bruce Silverman. Thanks so much for being with us. One more time, the Toros 3, Switchbacks nothing. We will see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.